I see this person's going to South Carolina and they're making this much money and all this stuff, but it's like, what is your identity? Knowing first is like who you are. What are your standards? What are your morals? Like, what do you need in a program? You know, what matters to you?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Talk at Elevation. I'm your host, Michaela Nagel. At the Talk, this is where we sit down with coaches, athletes, and leaders who are making an impact both on and off the court. Every conversation is about growth, purpose, leadership, and the lessons that help us elevate in sports and in life. Today's guest is JoJo Hernandez, assistant coach at the University of Colorado. From playing collegiate basketball in Texas to winning conference championships as a coach at both Collin College and Stephen F. Austin, JoJo has quickly established herself as one of the rising young coaches in college basketball. Entering her 5th year of coaching, she's already been a part of 3 NCAA tournament appearances, but her mission extends far beyond basketball. JoJo, welcome to the Talk.
That sounds good. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. So just take us back to the beginning. Where did the love for basketball begin?
Man, my dad used to play when he was in high school, and so growing up young, like he used to kind of play in like some men's league, and so I used to always watch him, and then he just kind of got me and my older brother into it. We just started, just training us and stuff like that. So kind of just grew from there. Ever since I was like maybe in 3rd grade is when I started.
Yeah, awesome. And how did this shape the path to eventually lead you to coaching?
Oh, Lord. Well, I had many injuries. I've had 4 knee surgeries. Oof. So I feel like when you have like these season-ending injuries, you you're put in a place where it's like, who am I outside of basketball? And I kind of found myself like helping my teammates already. And I was kind of already a leader, like playing-wise. So I think once I was hurt, like you're on the sidelines with my teammates and stuff. So I started like coaching already. So then my senior year, I tore my ACL in college, and I instantly just was like, yeah, I want to be a coach. Like it just kind of grew into it. So
yeah. Being a young coach, what is that like working with these athletes?
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. At first it was challenging, and honestly, everybody asked me like, is it challenging like because I'm young? Like do I get respect from the kids? And it's like, yes.
Yes.
It's more like adults at first try me in a way. Right. I feel like they kind of look at me and they judge me off the bat like, oh, she's young. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But I think I've proven myself enough. But I also think like when you love these kids and they understand, like I understand where they went through. I went through the same thing. Right. It just they literally want to run through a wall for you.
Yeah. It like makes you connect with them more.
Yeah. So it's like it's a lot easier. It's just fun. Yeah. I mean, you get to be like their big sister. I'm like their big sister or like second mom. So yeah. It's a blessing.
That's awesome. So you mentioned growing up with a special needs brother. What has that taught you about just family, resilience, leadership, all the above?
Yeah, I think having my little brother, I learned like empathy early. I learned patience, and it kind of taught me like life is life. Like basketball is basketball, and that's something so small. Yeah. And when you get to the real world and stuff like that, I think that's one of the things that like, a lot of athletes, we just idolize our sport, but it's like there's life outside of that, and I think it just made me realize like, just to kind of appreciate and like it's just bigger than basketball. So I always tell our kids that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often does that go into your coaching in general?
Every day.
Yep.
I say every day. I mean, like my kids are always in my office about something. Yeah. And I just, I relate it to it's bigger than basketball. What you do is bigger than basketball. Your character, it's bigger than basketball. And I think that's just something that needs to be preached every day.
Is that hard sometimes for athletes to get through their head? Like there's more than just basketball?
Yes and no. I think with our kids, like they're really open. So like they come to me for like, they'll tell me a lot, like relationships, like, so I would say like yes and no. I think they're starting to realize, and we have a great group of kids. Yeah. So they're kind of able to just like listen and be like, oh, I see how that kind of plays into life. Like I'm like, yeah, look at the light bulb. So yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily it's challenging. I just think it's just a constant reminder.
Yeah, absolutely. So going back, you mentioned your injuries earlier. How was that mentally going through that and overcoming that and then eventually coming to coaching here?
Like real answer or like
real answer?
Studio answer?
Real answer.
I would say it was hard. I think, so I'm really big in my faith, and I think then it was really challenging my faith because you work so hard for something, and honestly, I used to idolize basketball as well. I think that growing up in a Hispanic family too, like my dad was pretty hard on us, and so it was like basketball. And so I think when you get injured and you feel like you failed, or you worked all this, and it's like, or you worked so hard for all these things, and it's like, but then it just ends. And you don't really get to say so. So it was pretty challenging. And I'm also just like, I'm not done. Like, I can't be done yet.
Right.
But it's just like, no, God was like, no, you're done.
No, stop now.
Yeah. But now when you see it, it's like, I'm so happy it happened, because if I would have continued to play, I probably would have tried to play pro, and then it would have prolonged my career and all those things. And now it's like my career's, we're hitting, and I know I'm supposed to be doing like what I'm doing now. So I don't know if that really answers your question. But it was hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there
hard.
like a time where it kind of, that realization set in where you're like, I'm not going to play again?
Yeah, my senior year. My senior year when I tore my ACL. I think we were right in the middle of conference play. We were literally number 1 in conference. Like, we were hitting on all cylinders. And first 5 minutes of the game, tore it. And I knew it because I already torn my other one. So I tore my left one my senior year of high school. And my right one, my senior year of college.
Senior year is not your year.
Senior year is not my year. First 5 minutes of the game, too, for both of them.
Both of them?
Both of them. Now, talk about God trying to tell you something.
Yeah, really. He was trying to get you
like,
out
girl,
of the game.
Listen.
Get off the court now.
But no, I mean, that would really hit me hard, because, again, I worked back from an injury, and we were, everything was hitting, and then it just ended, and I think I was just like, what the freak? Like, I'm not ready. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Like, I was just mad. I was really full of, like, just anger.
Right.
And I feel like nobody can understand that. Like, nobody, because my parents, too, they were kind of like, you're going to be okay, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, you don't get it. But, no, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
So.
Before we move on, let's talk about something every serious athlete needs to pay attention to: your digital footprint. Fan-Day Nation has just released a powerful new tool to help athletes make sure their social media profiles are fully optimized and recruit ready. Today, coaches aren't just evaluating game film, they're evaluating character, leadership, and maturity online. This resource gives you a step-by-step roadmap to clean up your profiles, highlight your strengths, and avoid common mistakes that can cost opportunities. If playing at the next level is your goal, don't leave your online presence to chance. Go check it out now at fandaynation.com. You talked about coaching kind of already on the sidelines after your injury happened, and then you transitioned right into coaching.
Yeah.
What was that transition like for you to kind of just step off the court and finally teach these girls?
Oh, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was humbling, because you go from an athlete, and of course, it's our fault. We put these athletes on a pedestal. So, like, you don't have to worry about food, gear, like, I get my laundry done, like, all that stuff. And so my first year, I was a GA. And as a GA, you do everything and anything. So I was doing laundry. I was helping with the meals. I was working these kids out, film. Like, you're doing every job possible where I was at. So it's like, what the heck? And I'm serving my teammates.
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's a gut check.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is what coaching is. Like, I thought it was just X's and O's. Like, let me work you out. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I had to fill out meal forms or get meals. I had to unload the bus. Like, I was doing all these things, and I'm like, I didn't know it was like that.
Right.
So it was hard at first, because you go from like top of the top, and then it's like the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah.
So it was tough.
Did you ever think once, like, about quitting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So I was a GA for a year, and then my second year I got hired on as an assistant. And after that year, I wanted to quit. I was so miserable. Not that, I'm not talking bad about anything or any program, but it was just challenging, because it challenged my character, it challenged my morals. It was a lot of like, we're doing this for us as coaches, or it wasn't really about the kids. And I think I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't like this. I don't like the environment. I don't like all the hype. Like, so I wanted to quit and just be like an AAU coach. I already had it, my mindset. And the moment I decided I wanted to quit, like 2 days later, I get a call from Lynn Bishop at Stephen F. Austin, and he had just got hired on, and he was like, "Hey, I want you to be my first like assistant, be my recruiting coordinator." I'm like, "Heck yeah,
I'll be there."
Save me, like I would love to go. So it was just God talking to me in another way, and then after that, it just skyrocketed.
That's awesome. So. What led you to CU? How did that transition happen?
I know I keep mentioning God, but like I have no connection with Colorado.
Really, none at all.
Never in my life have I met J.R. Payne, ever.
Okay.
I had a couple opportunities after we had just won it, and I went to the Final Four, and nothing sat with me. There was really good opportunities, but I was just like, no, like we're doing good. We got our thing rolling, and nothing was just worth. I didn't hear God tell me like, hey, you need to leave. Well, then, so I literally told my old head coach, I was like, hey, like I'm not going anywhere, and he was awesome. He was like helping me through all these things, and he was like, okay, we're staying. And I was like, yeah, I'm staying here. Like, I want to build another year, whatever. Literally, I think like maybe a week later, JR and them called me. And I get on the phone with JR, and I'm like, Colorado? Like, I don't, because I'm from Texas. So, like, Texas is a lot different than Colorado.
Yeah, very different.
So I'm like, no, like, But then I get on the phone with JR, and we talked for, like, hours. And I was like, oh, I'm about to leave.
Yeah.
Like, I could just tell, like, how she is, her morals. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a believer, and that's everything that I want to be. Like, I want to be a head coach. I want to be a mom, a wife, and I want to do it the right way. And after hearing her, I was like, yeah, I got to go.
Just instant.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just took a leap of faith and came out here by myself, and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So just in a few years, you've won championships and reached the NCAA tournament multiple times. What do you think the biggest factor has been being here and your early success as a coach?
Like that I brought, or
just that you brought, that you've seen in this program in general?
It's genuine. Like, I mean, it starts from the top. Like, I can talk about JR all the time. She's literally one of the best human beings I've ever met.
That's awesome.
She's true. She's her. She's humble. And sometimes you get mad as an assistant because I'm like, girl, you're literally her. Like, act like her. So we have to hype her up for her. Sometimes she doesn't like it, but I would much rather work for a head coach like that.
Absolutely.
She cares about the kids 24/7. She'll pick up the phone at 4 a.m. What doesn't matter? Like, and I think we're all like that as assistants. Like, we're, and so that's the biggest thing. Like, everything matches. We're all aligned in a way. And I think that's been, successful for us because nowadays in this transfer portal and stuff, we've been able to retain players too because they want to stay because they know it feels like it's real.
Yeah.
And it's home. And again, it's bigger than basketball. We preach that all the time. So I think there is some retention to that. And I think that's been one of our, biggest foundation like points that we've had that kind of like lead to our success here.
How do you think you've grown as a coach in this program?
I would say being out here by myself has like really pushed me in a way. Like, all my family, all my friends are in Texas. And so this is the first time I've really ever been away from like my family and stuff. And I think it's allowed me to grow, one, deeper in my faith, and two, like, I've spent so much time with our kids because it's literally like me, my dog, and our kids. And so I think it's kind of pushed me just to kind of like be more independent and kind of just, figure out what I want in my life and how I want to be a head coach and what I would want my program to look like. And so, it's been cool. It was hard at first. It was just kind of like, oh, I'm here in Colorado. Yeah. I was really scared of the cold weather though.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
it's not bad
now.
No,
it wasn't.
I
was like, oh, we're good. Like, we get sunshine. The snow is pretty. My dog loves the snow. So it's been different. Like, it's in a culture change too, but it's been like really fun. I went paddleboarding for the first time. I would never go paddleboarding in Texas. Hiking, I would never go hiking in Texas. Like, so getting to try new things and stuff, it's been cool and like diverse.
That's awesome.
So,
did you kind of feel you've developed more as a coach just being here and being with JR, and she's taught you things that you didn't really know beforehand?
Yeah, 1,000%. And I also, love the fact that she gets our input and she kind of lets us like almost be a head coach in our own role. And she'll let us do things. Like, I get to run drills sometimes in practice. If we want to talk about a new offense or a new defense, like just getting with T or her and just kind of putting our heads together. And we do this thing too on game days where we talk to donors and like on a mic, and you're like in front of like 80 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I don't know what they call it, like the Buff Club or something like that. But that was challenging too, because I'm like, I got to give my scout and I got to go up here and talk to these people. So like, it's been like, I feel like I've grown a lot because I've been able to have like the freedom of like what a head coach would do sometimes.
That's awesome.
So it's been good.
Yeah. So you said one of the biggest issues in sports today is that we idolize it. What do you mean by that, and why is that something athletes need to be aware of?
Because I think just social media and like, it's like, okay, so like if you're a basketball player growing up right now and you say, I want to be great and I want to go to South Carolina or whatever, but like, why? You know what I mean? Like, is it because you want like the fame with it? Like, what are you going to do with it? Or just like in parents, you see parents nowadays, they not trying to live through their kids, but they're pushing their kids. And like, I know my father did that to a sense of like, but it wasn't because he wanted to live through me. It was just like, that's all he knew. He just knew hard work.
Yeah.
But I think it came to like when I got injured, I was like, well, who am I? Like, I struggled because it's like, I've known basketball my whole life. Like, I think our kids make basketball their whole identity. When they don't play well, you see them get depressed. If they are playing great, you see them get big-headed. And it's like, okay, because life happens.
Yes.
So I think we just idolize it. Everything is basketball, money, NIL, all that stuff. It's just how good. We put our value, like your money value, on like how good you are as a player.
Right.
You could be a great player, but you could be I almost cussed. Sorry. You could be a crappy person. You know what I mean? And we see that. And, you know, what we do, we pay for it. You know, we hand a kid who can get 20 and is a bad person and can't talk to a single person. Yeah. And we'll give them $400K.
Right.
So it's like, what am I teaching that kid? You know what I mean? We idolize basketball, and it's going to ruin the kid. It's going to ruin, you know, a lot of things. So
for sure.
We're proud to celebrate women who lead on and off the court. Nico Stones welcomes new brand ambassador Sophie Ziddell, a standout basketball player at the University of Colorado. Her exclusive edits is all about confidence, strength, and the style that moves with you. Support women in sports and shop Sophie's limited collection now at nicostones.com.
All this NIL stuff and like trying to find the right school. A lot of kids nowadays, I don't feel like they're going to school for that culture and that program. Like you said earlier, you guys have a great culture and program there. So what advice would you give to kids who need to go to a place where they fit in, not necessarily where the money is or the sport is?
Yeah, I just think it's running your own journey. But I think that goes with, like, idolizing. Yeah. You know, kids, like I said, they're on social media and stuff, and they're seeing what somebody else is doing or the TikToks or, you know, I see this person's going to South Carolina and they're making this much money and all this stuff. But it's like, what is your identity? Knowing first is, like, who you are. What are your standards? What are your morals? Like, what do you need in a program? You know, what matters to you? Like, all of that stuff. They don't think that way. They see other people and they just want to follow. Everybody's influenced by something. And I think that's the biggest thing is, like, who are you? Nobody knows our identity. Yeah. I mean, we've had kids that are 22, 23 come through our program and don't know who they are.
Wow.
And I think it's sad because, it's our fault and stuff like that. So
yeah. Well, moving on to that, one of your core messages is that basketball isn't your identity. It's your platform. How do you help your players embrace that mindset while still competing at this highest level?
Again, it just goes back to their character, like helping them. Like, I think for me, especially, is just like helping them grow as young women. Yeah. Like everyday challenges, relating it to life, giving them advice on and just living the right way and treating people the right way. I think that's the biggest thing. And hopefully, again, it transpires into just, again, helping them find their identity. And I know, again, I keep talking about my faith, but, like, that's how I found mine. Yeah. And I think not to push faith into them, but if they are open to it, like we have Bible studies and stuff like that. So I try to help them with that. And, like, again, I'm very transparent. I mean, they can come in my office and talk about anything and everything. So I think that's the best way.
I love that. That's awesome. So, as you look at your future, what are you hoping for is next coming up? Do you want to stay at CU? How much longer? Do we want, as a head coach, in your mindset, you're thinking, what's your future look like?
You know what? I feel like 2 years ago, I would have been like, I would have had an answer for you, but now I really don't.
You don't know?
I don't know. I just move when God tells me to move. I'm here, and I'm going to, just be 2 feet here, and I love it, so far. So I can't really tell you, like,
what's going on next.
Yeah. One of my goals is to be a head coach, and just whenever that time comes, I'll just be ready for it. So that's all I have for you.
Awesome. Perfect. Love it. And just going into next season, what are you most looking forward to?
We have a good group of kids, and they're good too. So I'm excited to see how it's going to gel, and just excited to see, like, we have a lot of offensive threats too. So it's going to be pretty cool to see how it kind of pans out together. And like I said, we're going to Portugal, so that's going to be a good team bonding experience.
That's cool.
And just to kind of see them, like, bond there, and then how that carries out throughout the season will be awesome.
Perfect. So. And my last question for you is, what does it mean to you to be seen as a player, as a coach, as just a woman of God in general?
That's a deep question. I didn't review that. Hold on. What does it feel to be seen? I think it's to be understood. I think in today's day too, we do a lot of judging, and I think it's like you judge somebody, but you know what I mean? Like, you got your own faults. Not even that, but, like, you judge people, but you don't have a conversation with people. And so I think to be seen is just to be understood and just to, like, hear them out. I think it's just to have a conversation and get to know somebody for, like, why. Like, I think nowadays when I'm now in my faith, like, when I talk to people, even if I'm like, I don't agree, I'm like, oh, I learned why. Like, if somebody's very, like, pride and egotistic, but then I learn them and I get to know them deeper, it's like, this is why. This is what happened either in their childhood or this is what happened to them. Like, you know that saying where it's like, hurt people hurt people? Like, I'm really big on just like that. And I used to, like, before I used to, like, judge people, or I used to be like, oh, I don't like you.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I just want to help everybody. And sometimes that's a blessing and a curse, but I mean, it is what it is. So
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where can people find you on social media?
I think I put my @ on there. It's like at JoJo. What is it on Instagram? It's like at JoJo _Hernandez 98.
Perfect.
I think.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. We'll fact check that in just a second.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, JoJo, thank you so much for joining me on the
Thank
Talk
you,
Elevation.
guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We will see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.